we'll be focusing on one of these. Formats for this video. And guess which one? Go on. Well, it's not this. This one. not this one either. It's this. Mini. DV. Like it says. It's a miniature. Alright, so I got the bottom piece back on. Wasn't that hard this time around, but sometimes it gets really hard. And you can see here that it's just a standard hinge thing sideways, and gravity is the only thing pulling it down. No rubber bands or springs to help it along. It just. And these things over here, sometimes the tape gets stuck, so these things help push it down. Yeah. So when you start the tape, just like in a real VCR, when you put the tape in, these things make sure that it goes down with it, because you can see it gets a little bit stuck on the edges. It's a very tight fit, just big enough to fit a Mini-DV tape. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to show you some more components of the VCR. It's a very simple thing, actually. It may look complicated in operation, but when you take it apart, it's very simple. There are no complex parts. A lot of these things just rely on parts being contained within a box. For example, this is just held in place by the bricks. There is no special mechanism. See, just slides. So is this, and this piece too. They're just all held in place. It's like sticking a peg through a hole. That's all it's holding it in. And friction does a big job too. But in case friction fails, I have this. This was actually a very recent addition, like only about yesterday I added this. I built this over 2 years ago, and there have been a lot of modifications. For example, this entire case here, this side here, this here, they were all, none of the things at the bottom did not exist. It was just the basic mechanism, this piece over here, and the 4 corner pillars. That was all there was a couple of years ago. It was just like 4 little legs holding up the big unit. Like an old washing machine from the early 20th century. Just a box held on some legs. That's all it was. And then I added, this because it looked better. And also so it wouldn't break as much. Because sometimes the legs would come off and then break. Hold on. And I also have this TV thing over here. See here, I made a TV, a Magnavox TV, obviously manufactured by Funa. It does not work, and this thing originally actually used to be a vending machine. See here, this is where you would have selected the thing you wanted, and this is where the food would come out, but this is original. There's originally used to be a coin slot here for the vending machine, covered up. See here, that's where the coins would end up. I extended it. This is where the bar where you would push to get the snack out comes. You can see, and they add a TV part here. And then I actually modified this to become a coin dropper. You put like coins up in here and they would fall through. But I've since changed it so now it's just a TV. And you see the coin pusher part comes off. I gutted the components out. It is no longer coin pushers. It's just an outer shell. Yep. See here. You can see where the vending machine components used to be. This is the coin box. It is where the products were held. They're usually just an icebreaker or something. And it would just fall down here. There used to be a little complicated mechanism that would be used to push it in and out, but I've since removed those parts, and this is just now a TV unit. And I actually used to have this VCR propped on top of this TV, so I made a VCR TV combo. That was before I had the sides and the bottom installed, when it was just 4 pillars, and it kind of just balanced on top. It was attached at a few points, but it was very unstable. And yeah. And I actually, when this thing used to be a vending machine, I actually had a part that stored pennies, so coins and stuff, so I just put this piece here and I just put it in. And also had a cheater's piece, which is just one of these that would be able to push the coin mechanism in and get free snacks. Yeah. You see here, sometimes I pretend that they're connected. I do have cable, I do have Lego rope for that, but they're both being used in other things. For example, one of them are being used on my Titanic model. You've seen this in a couple videos. That's one thing that's being used, and the other one is being used in, I think like some wagon thing. I don't actually know. I might check it out. And I want to put this back together, this unit, and I'm going to show you more mechanism than this, like I should have. Here's the mechanism that holds the tape and brings it up and down. As you can see, it's just one solid piece. It just moves up and down along the confines of the case here. And here's the locking mechanism. It's just a piece, just holds it in. Tape just comes right in, up and down, that's all it is. I actually had to extend it by one piece. I used some of these flat pieces, got a piece, stuck it underneath, and just sandwiched it, the pieces here with that. And these flat rails over here, these things over here, are for the door. So when you put it up, it opens. That's why when this thing's in the up position, and I go to eject the tape, before I take the tape out, I move it back down again, so the door would close. Because if I just kept it up, the door would remain open and would not close. I was not able to design a mechanism complicated enough to have it down and have it up and have the door closed. That's just way too hard, way out of my league. And I don't think that would be possible in such a tiny space, so it works. And there you go. Yeah. And here over here, this is just, yeah, it's just a piece of, it's just tape. One piece, that's it, that's all it is. So, yeah. Here's my Lego Mini-DV VCR that doesn't actually play or record or do any sort of VCR functions. It just, you insert the tape in